All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Zoey Deutch. Her new movie, Not Okay, comes out on Hulu July 29th, and we are so excited to have you here today. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
We have been looking forward to this for weeks. When our sweet talent booker, Kelly, told us that maybe it was going to happen, we were very, very excited. We have been big fans for a very long time, so this is very cool. And how are you doing? What's going on? How excited are you for this movie to come out?
I'm very excited. I love the movie, and I'm very proud of it. And I think it will resonate with a lot of different people for different reasons. You know, there's a lot in there to unpack, and I think it's you sort of, at least my perception of it is you look at it and you think it's going to be one thing, and you leave it feeling like, oh, I didn't expect that. So I'm just excited for it to be out in the world and to not have to beg people to go to the theaters because you don't have to. It's so on Hulu in your own home.
And that's the best part. Watch it at home, which is a great perk. So how would you kind of describe this movie? Because from the trailer, it does feel like a take on the internet fame that can happen so fast. How would you describe the movie?
Yeah, well, I mean, like the log line.
Your character is.
Hi, I'm Zoe. I played anything. No, it's about a girl who fakes a trip to Paris to impress her coworker Dylan O'Brien. And when she's allegedly in Paris, when she's like saying she's in Paris and she's like on Instagram, like, a terrorist attack happens, and she lies and says that she survives it. And it's the unraveling of that lie and what it does to her life and how it affects her and the ripple of all of that. It's an examination, I think, of cancel culture, of loneliness, of privilege, and yeah, so that's my explanation.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
It is very interesting, and also the way that her hair is dyed in the movie, I once did, and so it just feels,
You feel personally victimized by Danny Sanders?
I do.
I'm sorry. We found the hairstyle just like scrolling TikTok. We were like, and it was very last minute. I went literally right before I went to my hair colorist. Like, we decided the night before, I went to my colorist, and then I went straight from the salon to the plane to come here. But I knew it was the right choice when I was at LAX at the airport. Worst airport in the world. Yes. Sorry. Just passionate about
please,
talking
please
airport.
go on.
It's insane. The new Delta terminal, really quickly. I know I'm ancient because I'm, like, passionate about airport politics. Like, I used to think parents were so fucking boring when they'd be like, did you know that Terminal 5 is now shut the fuck up. Now I'm like, oh my God. So literally, I'm just gonna quickly explain because no one cares, but
no, we
if
care.
You Delta die hard. I love Delta.
We are too.
Like, I have a Delta credit card. Like, I love Delta.
Yeah, you used to have JetBlue, now I'm going to Delta.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we are all in on Delta.
Okay, well, get ready for this. They're really fucking us over. Delta in LA, you check in. First off, like, when studios or whatever are paying, and I'm lucky, I fly whatever, they put me in business class or whatever.
You fly first class, just be honest.
You can say we're open about that on this podcast.
We brag about flying first
Whatever.
class.
I don't always. And
no, you're just on like a private jet.
Yeah, no, I'm in my plane. No, Jesus, so I get to the point. If you're Delta One, whatever, like, it used to be that it was really easy. They'd check your bags, and then, like, you'd go to security, and it was easy. Now you have to walk 10 minutes to the international terminal after you check your bags, and then they board like an hour and a half before. So, like, if you're not there like 4 hours before, you're gonna miss your flight. I mean, I'm exaggerating here a little bit, but not much. It's blasphemy. And I found out the reason. I finally was like, what's going on, guys? They were like, well, we're planning ahead because LA is having the World Cup here, and they want to do the Olympics in 2028. So they're like having to revamp the airport and shit. But I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about your World Cup. Like, what about my 10 minutes of my life that you're wasting?
That walking that you're never getting back.
The hour earlier, you have to get there.
Did you get a Delta credit card because they don't let you into the Sky Lounge unless you have the Delta credit card?
Do they do that? No, I just got it because I got more points.
Because if we're here to complain, we are lucky enough to fly first class here because we've got it put into our contracts that we fly first class
for work.
Otherwise, I do not fly first
Personal,
class.
I am not in first class.
Well, sometimes I can because of all the points that I rack up
Yes.
from the powers that be pay.
Yes.
So then you can.
I was so excited because I'm like, oh my God, flying first class, I get to go into the Sky Lounge.
But
then
you do.
No.
You do.
But then I got
though.
denied.
You got denied.
I got denied from the Sky Lounge
because
they looked at me and said, she doesn't belong in here. And they said, where's your credit card?
But also, like, I had gone in 5 minutes before you.
But you have the American Express, like,
No, you
credit card.
can go in if you're.
It's not
So
a.
you think they just
It's
looked
not
at
a
me
Delta
and they didn't
card.
like my outfit?
They didn't like you.
Yeah.
It's not a
Sorry.
Delta card.
It's not.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not the card. It's you.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm
figured.
sorry.
You know what? It's okay. I figured that anyway.
I like you, but
Thank
they
you.
didn't.
man.
They
That's
didn't.
all that matters then, but clearly they don't at the airport.
That's also why one of, like, we'll talk about it because we spoke about your vacation that you went on. That was like the best vacation I've ever seen
up, you guys.
in my life. But I also would just like to say that if I said, I don't know if I said it after or during when we were talking about it, but if there was one airline that I would want to have to give sponsored content to, it would be Emirates.
Correct.
Like
they are
that
the
business
great-
class is.
I'm not fancy enough.
Can I also?
I've
just
never done
say-
it. But it seems amazing.
It also seemed like somebody like tapped into like they. It was. I felt like I was in a alternate universe when we got on the plane. The guy, the stewardess, steward. It was a male.
Oh, okay, steward.
Steward. I don't know. Whatever.
Flight attendant.
Thank you, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. He was like, came up to me with a Polaroid camera, and he was like, "Do you guys want a picture?" And I was like, "Huh?" And he took a picture.
They
and
do
on a
that.
Polaroid, put
Yeah.
it in a frame,
Yeah.
and like put like the date. And I was like, "What is this airline?" Like, and then I sat in like Aperol Spritz. I was like, "Correct."
Yeah.
Like accurate. And then
Next
I turned
question.
and then I turned on the TV, and it's a movie that I'm in that had just come out, and I was like, it was called The Outfit, and it was just like, and I was like, well, they're really just trying to like
They're buttering you up.
win me over here. Okay, so I heard that someone sent me. They were like, oh, like listen to. So I listened to what you guys were saying about the trip.
The best vacation I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So okay, a couple things I want to clear up. That trip was not like a month long. Everybody thinks it was like a month long. It was like a week and a half. It was a week and a half.
It looked really long.
And it was crazy
I
because
started at the Monaco
because
Grand
we
Prix.
post later.
Okay.
Thank
So
you, though,
we don't
for
post-
keeping it going for a month.
Right. So that's what
Yes.
happened because we posted in Monaco when we were there, and then we posted like right after.
Gotcha.
And then we posted Maldives like weeks after we were home.
Okay.
So everybody thought we were on this trip for like a month, and I felt so much. I was so anxious because I was like, I already don't like taking time off, and like I don't like to. I'm scared of like missing out on things and not working and whatever. And so when I was like, "You're on this long trip," I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not on a long trip. I promise you."
That's the only reason she came on this podcast today, to clarify that she was not on a month-long
Oh
trip.
my God. No. So we were not on a month-long trip, and I feel bad to say we don't post in real time like you guys were saying that we do. It was not in real time. I'm
See,
sorry.
I was
We were
disappointed
talking
because
about
I
that.
felt that you guys were enjoying your vacation so much, and then you had like planned post time,
No.
and then you could go back to your vacation.
No.
Because it was
Thank
all
you for
coming around the same
clarifying,
time.
because we did talk about that. That
We
makes
did,
sense
yeah.
now, because we were like, oh, when we go on vacation, we post after. But like, how cool that they're posting in real time.
Well, I also take some like my hobby, my like only hobby other than food is photography and whatever. And so I can't. It's all film. So I don't ever. I'm rarely posting in real time.
Yeah.
To be honest.
By the time you did post, I feel like the last round of photos, you were like, guys, I am home. Like these are all, I'm no longer on this vacation.
I have so many more good pictures from it, but I'm not going to post them because I feel like I'm too nervous
Make
for
a
the
photo
back.
album.
Yeah.
No, but I want to.
For your privacy.
Yeah, well, I have that.
Yeah.
No, but I want to brag publicly. No.
Yeah. What about Italy?
Yeah, I have a lot of those. I haven't posted those.
Was that in real time?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna.
It's all a lie.
I'm posting next week all my Italy pictures. I don't have. It's you know what? It's not. I just don't. It makes me anxious. So I'm just like, oh, I'll do it later, and then
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. You mentioned food as a hobby of yours.
my only.
Same. Which I get made fun of by my family all the time. But what's your favorite food? Like, last meal, actually. If you had to pick one entree 2 sides, a drink, and a dessert.
Fuck. I mean, very, very hard question. Very, very hard question. It would definitely be food that it would be my mom's bolognese, my sister, 2 of her salads. She's the salad queen. She just you can't even imagine what she's able to do. And I don't know. Oh, this is lame, but sparkling water. I'm not.
Yeah.
I've never had. This is the first time I've had real water in my life. Like I've never had real water. I just drink sparkling water. I hate regular water.
She flies first class and drinks sparkling water.
Pellegrino,
No,
what kind of sparkling
no, it's
water
not even
are we
like
talking
fancy.
about?
It's like I just like bubbly.
Do you like soda?
Water. No, not really. I love sparkling water. Like
Okay.
I need
Flavored? Regular? Seltzer? Spindrift?
That's what I'm saying.
Seltzer.
Yeah, like
Spindrift is very good. I did
or
enjoy a nice lemon Spindrift last
soda
night.
streams everywhere. Like that's my heaven. It's just being surrounded by soda streams. I don't know though. Like, it's hard to pick. What's your last meal?
My mom's chicken cutlets and bread balls. The bread balls are just like the leftover like breadcrumbs with the egg from the chicken cutlets, mashed potatoes, rice-a-roni, like the yellow, like it's like literally just you warm it up, and then a Coke because Coke is my favorite drink, and then for dessert probably like a warm brownie with vanilla ice cream on top.
Do you want to know something controversial? I don't really care about dessert.
I don't find that to be very controversial because
Really?
if you put a like cupcake or a cake or ice cream in front of me and a steak, I'm gonna go with the steak. I like salty better than
Right.
sweet.
Rather
I get
like second
pastas
dinner.
for dessert all the time.
Yeah.
Because like if you're gonna go for it, like try that pasta that you were curious about.
And do you feel that every time you have something sweet, you have to have something salty after?
Oh yeah, salt is everything. There's no amount of chip. I eat chips 24/7. Salt forever. I think it's such bullshit that people say. Am I allowed to curse on this?
Yeah.
Yes. We would have stopped you by now. Don't worry. We say way worse.
Yeah, there's like I can't. Salt being bad for you is such a myth. I'm sorry to say. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
They're wrong. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm getting
you're
footsie
good.
with you.
You're good. I agree with you. We
What's your would you
Salt-
have a last
salt-
meal?
What's your last meal?
salt. First, I'm going to say my comment on salt,
Okay.
and then I will tell you my last meal. I think there are so many like funny myths that parents make up about salt. Like my dad had gray hair, and he would tell us that his hair was gray because he put too much salt and pepper on his food, and that scared.
You believe that?
I mean, at 5 years old, yeah, you do believe that.
Were you the person who told me that they believed that little people lived in like the little holes of, like, when you make a pancake and there's like the little holes on the batter of like the
bubble, like the air bubbles?
Yeah.
This did not come from me.
All right, good, because whoever told me that angered me to no end. I was like, there's no way you really believe that as a kid.
Like humans?
Somebody, it might have been one of my friends growing up, told me that they believed that little people lived in like the little holes of things. And I was like
Whoville?
that.
Like
I don't know, but it actually made
Grinch
me
and the snowflake?
angry. Like I wasn't like, that's funny and cute. I was like, your salt and pepper thing
No,
is
that's
funny
weird.
and cute.
That's
That
the funniest
weird.
shit I've ever. Okay.
that like it made me
I think
angry.
you being angry at it is the funny part about it.
Yeah, because I was just like, there's no way you really believe that.
No.
We gotta get down to the bottom.
I gotta find out whoever it was and get them on here.
You blocked them out of your mind entirely.
Because I was so disgusted.
Oh boy. My last meal would actually still fall in the Italian food category. It'd probably be a chicken franchise. My Mima makes a good one. With Mima's meatballs. And I mean, sides don't.
They don't do it for you?
No, they do, but like I'd rather have a bunch of big
sides.
things. Like
I'm a
I
big
think I'd have
side.
like
I want to try it all.
maybe but like, do I want a salad?
Yeah,
Do I want a
I
salad on my
love-
last meal?
Yeah, love.
You love a
You've
Caesar
never-
salad.
I do love a Caesar salad. I do.
Speaking of airports, that's the only food you're allowed to eat in an airport is a Caesar salad. That's what I've decided. Everything else is always disgusting. Caesar salads are the only thing.
Controversial take.
I really it hasn't.
What about
failed.
fast food?
Oh, that's fine. I mean, that's the only other.
Like
thing.
when you sit down at one of those airport restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dessert. I do love cannolis. I'd probably have a few
that's a
cannolis.
good one. Chocolate
Those
chip
are my
filling.
favorite. Yeah, I love cannoli. I do
smart.
like dessert, but
Okay.
Oh man. Anyway,
I don't know how we got there, but
I know. That was yes. It had to be brought up.
yeah, we went from the hair to all the way to here.
Oh, we started at the hair.
Yeah, what
because-
happened in the airport that made you realize that the
Is that how
hair?
we got
yes, that the hair was the right choice.
Oh my God. Jesus, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you remember that that's where we came from?
I do.
Very attentive.
That was like deeply impressive work. There were a lot of people that had a lot of like they had the money piece thing, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is.
And I can admit, I was really going through something when I did that.
Really. Did you know at the time
that I was going through something?
Yeah.
What would you say?
I would say like kind of, but no.
Yeah, like not really, but then afterwards, like I've made my way fully back. Like my hair was black with like blonde.
Afterwards, we were able to look back and be like, you know what, that checks out.
After like I changed some things in my life,
the
and
Danny character very well.
Changed some things in my life. I really came back around. I was like, whoa, I was really going through something, huh?
Yeah, I think. I mean, this is not like a revelatory comment, and everybody says this, but definitely your hair says a lot about what you're going through, whether you're aware of it or not. Like I just dyed I don't know why, but I dyed my hair blonde for no reason. So
I love the
maybe
blonde.
in 6 months we'll figure out what I was going through. I'm not quite sure right now, but clearly something, because there's no reason for me to be blonde, and I don't know what's going on.
Have you ever been blonde before?
When I was, I did a movie called Beautiful Creatures, and I was blonde. I was like 18. Yeah.
We did her birthday was this week, and I would put together like I was looking through old pictures to make yesterday.
Happy
Yes.
birthday!
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my God, it's a birthday that's never ending.
Yeah,
I
it is, it is.
swear.
Happy
It is.
birthday.
Thank you.
But just like we've known each other for 5 years, so seeing
6.
yeah.
Okay. No, it's fine.
It's been 5.5. Yes.
Okay. Anyways,
The pictures.
I'd like to think it's longer.
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime, babe. And the transformation of hair in just that small amount of time is
a lot of hair.
crazy.
I just
A
said,
lot of
like,
hair
I
changes.
commented and I was just like,
My part was like all the way over here.
I'm like,
when
I'm
we
just so
started.
blessed and thankful that you are in my life, and I'm so blessed and thankful that I made it back around, because Jesus Christ, this fucking hair was awful. Like, it was just traumatizing.
Yeah.
Were you happy though that you got to do something a little fun and different though for the movie?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to switch it up and to, physically change things. It does so much of the work for you, and it helps just like I don't know, you tap in much quicker. Yeah, it's great. I love doing it.
The character, you play this character so well, and she does. It's hard to kind of play someone that you start off rooting for them a little, but then it's like, oh no, they become so hateable. And it is very interesting, like, with creating this, what pulls from like real life Instagram did you put into the character? If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm wording that properly. Like
Or
your
like
take with how social media
surroundings
works.
in
What?
LA.
Yes, like your take on how social media works, like in your life as someone with a big following. Did that affect the character at all?
I'm sure. To be totally honest, I wasn't really focusing in on the on like researching the social media side, just because I don't need to. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to do research on how to be addicted to social media and like what it feels like to compare yourself to other people who look like they have things that you want. Because like that's easy.
Yep.
We all feel, you know what I mean? Like, but I was much more focused on with her like the deeper part of it, which is she's lonely, she has no friends. She feels very uncomfortable all the time with every setting, every situation. She says the wrong thing, she does the wrong thing, and to constantly feel that way and to be constantly reminded of like how little you matter to other people in real life, not just on social media. That's very painful, and she's just an uncomfortable person. Like, she's just so uncomfortable in her own skin, and she's just super privileged and misguided. But she's not, in my mind, a horrible person, and she's not unlovable. She's just made a mistake. And I guess for me, what's interesting about like this somewhat cautionary tale is, I think you're not telling. I don't think you're being honest with yourself if you're not admitting that this isn't something that's totally possible. A version of this, maybe. Like saying, lying, and then going. Everyone has lied.
Yeah. Maybe taking it too far.
Taking it a little bit too far, even if you're a little kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're 5, and that was the time you did it, and you learned your lesson. Great. I mean, people have very different reactions to her. Some people are like, I see myself in her. Some people are like, she should die. Some people are like, she's a sociopath, and some people are like, she's lonely. And maybe she's all of those things. But for me, I guess a long-winded answer is to say I wasn't. Yes, it begins because. It begins actually not because she wants a huge following. It begins because she wants attention and love from this boy. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that people get upset when we bring this up, but you live in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's like a lot of similarities to a character like that to like the people that are in LA? Because I think being from New York, that's kind of like how it seems on the outside as people who don't live there.
I know no one even remotely like that in LA or New York. So I grew up I'm LA and New York.
Yeah.
So yes, I can definitely see the difference of my girlfriends in New York, like the ones that are from New York, New Jersey, like versus my girlfriends who are from LA. Like definitely there's a difference, but it's the perception of people from LA that you're talking about are the ones that moved to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, at least that I know of growing up in LA, they're like, I've never been to these, when people are like LA, like all the like LA sceney places, like I've literally never been to any of them. I've lived in LA for 27 years. I've never been to any of them. I've never been to Catch, never been to the Ivy, never been to Georgia Baldy, like never been to like any of those like that's not the like the sceney sort of thing that people have an idea of LA about, which I'm kind of stoked about because I'm like, great, don't like it, don't come. Like I know the good spots and like that's that, and I have my friends that I've had my whole life, but definitely I don't perceive LA to be like that, or like the people to be like that.
Yeah. What's the biggest difference do you think you see in your friends from New York and New Jersey and LA? Because we're from New York and New Jersey.
The ones from New York and New Jersey drink a lot more.
That is
they
so
go out
true.
till 5 a.m. every night, and then are like fine for their job the next day.
Yeah.
Like it's unbelievable. Like I've never seen anything like it. Like and the the lifestyle is like it's just like you guys can,
And the accents probably.
yeah, the accents, which I love.
I guess we're not like, I guess kind of born with it, but it just growing up somewhere where everyone stays out so late.
And doesn't go out until really late.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
doesn't even start the
You
night
can't
till
go
late.
out till like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And like no one has ever gone out without ending with like pizza. Like it always
Yeah,
ends.
yeah,
It's like
that's a
that
good
is
point.
just like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like Tuesday, it's 4 a.m. pizza, then we'll go home. Like it's just how it has to be.
Yeah.
It's just a staple.
It definitely is. How was working with Dylan O'Brien? I feel like his stock has been rising. Everybody loves him. He's got that kind of like heartthrob
He's in
label
his
to him these days.
Yeah, he's in
He's
his
in Curb this season.
he was so good in Curb. Yeah.
he's in his slut era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
ask him
He
about
did
that.
tweet that,
What
right?
does that even? Let's
Yeah, he
text him.
did.
I actually want to know.
He
what
did.
That,
He did tweet
Yeah.
that.
Ask him what that means.
Why did you say
I mean,
I'm
this
in
is
my slut era?
this is funny. I'm gonna bring this up, and I don't know if I should,
Uh-huh.
but I tweeted that I looked like you and Trent's slutty daughter, and he liked it. So like he really is in his slut era. I think.
Wait, what?
Dylan O'Brien.
Uh-huh.
He follows me on Twitter. I have no idea why. I
Love.
think because a while ago I was probably like tweeting. I don't know why. I think he's a Mets fan, right? So maybe
Yeah,
like years
huge.
ago I was
Yeah.
tweeting about the Mets or something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
put you in like the Barcelona, New York
Barcelona,
category.
And in the fall, I remember this because we were doing like one of our tours, and I posted a picture in between her and another guy who works
yes.
here, and I tweeted,
We did look like your parents.
I look like their slutty daughter.
Yeah.
And it was the only tweet that Dylan liked of mine ever, and we were dying laughing. We were like, "Why? This is so random." And then he tweeted that, so we were like, "He's really in his slut era."
We're gonna find. I'm gonna leave this open so that if he texts, he can- Oh, he responded.
Wow, fast response.
Ha 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 ha. Where is this coming from?
Oh, we're just talking about your slut era. That is why.
I'm on a podcast and we're bringing up the you're in your slut era, and I was just curious where that came from. Like, what inspired it? Big voice note, girl.
Yeah.
I love a voice note.
Should I say the thing about him? Like, no, I don't.
No.
It would be funny. I feel like he does not have any idea who we are or who I am.
I'm sure he does.
I'm sure
he does. Absolutely.
He probably just laughed and was like,
it is hilarious.
I'm sure he knows.
Yeah.
He's like, he knows, he sees and remembers everything. It's pretty horrible, actually.
So now that you worked with Dylan O'Brien, Zac Efron, Dirty Grandpa, Glenn Powell, do you have like a favorite?
Oh my gosh.
That's a good Mary fuck kill, honestly.
I really,
Yes.
well, this is tough. Yeah, there's more that you could add to the list. And I got a kill for you.
Yeah.
I definitely have a kill.
Oh man,
Do we take guesses or you just tell us?
You could guess, but there's a lot of more names that we could add into this mix.
Robert De Niro.
Mary, but I didn't kiss
you were
Robert
like, he's
De Niro.
the kill.
I didn't marry Robert De Niro. Yeah, I did like pee myself in front of him just a little. He was flying to we wrapped the movie and he was flying to New York and he was graciously like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I want to go on your plane."
Yeah.
We get on the plane. They're like, "The bathroom is not working."
Oh no.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, and I talk very publicly about this. There's no one that pees more than me in the world. Like, full medical condition. Like,
it's all that bubbly water.
It's just like you cannot imagine how often I have to pee. And so I did just like pee a little bit in my pants. But anyway, that's that, and that's the truth. And it happened, and I can't take it back. But I love Robert De Niro. I wouldn't kill him, that's for sure. But he doesn't count because he wasn't my love interest.
Yeah.
So, out of those three that I mentioned, because now I'm trying to think of the kill. But
Who
I
were
can-
the ones that you said?
Zac Efron, Dylan O'Brien, and Glenn Powell.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is tough. Well, I can't. Now I realize I can't do this game.
Yeah.
Because there's only one kill. There's only one kill that I would kill.
Out of people you've co-starred with.
Yes. There's only one. Lot of
We have
Mary.
to go back. How many like early
Now I gotta.
acting
Can I bring
years?
up your IMDb?
Go ahead.
Later acting years? Give us a time. Give us a time
This
frame.
is like the most Scorpio thing of me ever, that I'm like making you guys
Yeah.
guess who I would
We'll
kill,
sit
and
here
then I'm
all
gonna
night.
publicly say
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
I would kill. Like,
You could just give us like a wink, like.
well, I can't now because like
now
it's very. I've said
it's
it
very
7,000
obvious she
times.
wants to kill somebody.
Probably before.
Oh, James Franco.
I love this water.
Oh, good.
That is
Yeah,
delicious.
duh.
James Franco.
Duh.
I'm just gonna lock it in as James Franco.
Yeah, we're gonna assume it's that one
Dylan
anyway.
text.
We're gonna assume.
He
it's
said
that anyway.
LMAO open to interpretation.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
You know what?
I guess, by the way, the interpretation is that
Slut era.
He's
he's slutty.
Yeah, if we want to just interpret that as
How it's written. Yeah. If you want to just straightforward, slut era.
there
oh
it is.
man, that is really really funny. No, those are all a bunch of great guys that we did just name, and we remember when Set It Up came out, Glenn came on our podcast. We loved him. He was the absolute best, and you guys were going to do another movie or supposed to do another movie.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
No, I don't.
That is
know.
sad because you guys did have great rom-com energy.
I love big rom-com energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great, and I'm so happy to see all the success that he's having with Top Gun, and
So good. He
I
was so
wish
good
him
in it.
all the best. He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah. Now, what about Dylan Sprouse? I'm like, let's go way back to Sweet Life on Deck.
Go ahead, let's go. Let's friggin' go.
Sometimes you see people in those shows, and you at like our age, we watch back as like a comfort show. You throw in like Disney Plus, and you're like, I'll just throw on some of these episodes, and you're like, oh my god, look at insert very like great actress that was on one of these shows for like a couple episodes, and you didn't realize. And I had that with you recently. I was watching it all and I was like, oh my fucking God, Zoey Deutch was on this show.
My first job.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Did you think like first job, Disney Channel, I've made it?
It was very well because like I had a little bit of a I was really trying to grow up really fast when I was 12 to 15, and that's what sort of spurred me working, which I was like, my parents were like, okay, we can't, she really wants to work, and if we don't let her, she's gonna go down she's gonna continue to go down this really kind of not so great path. So all that is to say, like, I didn't feel at that time, I felt like hardcore. Like I thought I was like I was like seeing and doing things that I was trying to be much older than I was. So being on the Disney Channel didn't quite feel aligned with like the vibe,
the personal brand that you were going for.
You were already trying to become a rebel against the Disney Channel before you even like made it on the.
But
Disney
the irony
Channel.
of that is like by the end of that Disney Channel thing, then I was like goody goody two shoes. Like couldn't have been like less interested in anything that was bad. I was like really. So it was weird. I had like the opposite effect of what Disney has on most people. I was like, now I'm 100% committed to my job. I have a boyfriend. I'm like, it was like a totally So
yeah, that is very funny because I do feel like that probably Disney that had the effect on you that they probably hoped a lot of their other stars that it would have, and it didn't. But
quite the opposite.
we do not have enough time to get into that because unfortunately we have to wrap up. I'm getting the wrap it up signal.
You're getting the helicopter.
Yes, big time. We could have you on for another hour and have so much fun. But Zoey, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us. Guys, her movie Not Okay is out. This is going to be out on Friday, so you can all stream and watch the movie on Hulu. I really recommend it. I think it's really, really great. And I think you guys are all going to love it. And Zoe's great in it. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
coming.
much.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. This was so fun. You guys are great.